Let's talk about Will Smith, the Fresh Prince Big Willie Mr. 4th of July. He's not just an actor or rapper, he's a cultural phenomenon who's conquered music, TV, and film with unstoppable charm. From a kid in Philly to a Grammy-winning rapper to sitcom star to global movie icon, his journey is pure Hollywood magic. Will's story is about talent, relentless work ethic, and a unique ability to connect with everyone. He's the American dream with a killer soundtrack and blockbuster explosions. We'll dive into his rise, his falls, and his epic comebacks. This is the ultimate timeline of Willard Carroll Smith Jr., the Fresh Prince who became the King of Hollywood. Get ready for the wild ride. Buckle up. You know the song. Those iconic opening lines that instantly transport you to a time and place, a story that's become part of pop culture history. In West Philadelphia, born and raised. But for Will Smith, these weren't just lyrics. They were the foundation of his life, the streets where he learned about family, friendship, and ambition. Will Smith grew up in a tight-knit, middle-class Philly family. His mother, a dedicated school administrator, and his father, a hard-working, disciplined man, set high expectations for their children. Their values shaped Will's outlook from an early age. His parents called him Prince for his natural charm. He could talk his way out of anything, always finding a way to make people laugh or see things his way. Even as a kid, Will stood out for his quick wit and magnetic personality. That charisma became his superpower, opening doors and winning hearts wherever he went. It wasn't just about being funny, it was about connecting with people, making them feel seen and heard. Will was smart, so smart in fact, that he earned a scholarship offer from MIT. But deep down, he knew his true passion wasn't in textbooks or classrooms. Music was calling, and he couldn't ignore it. Hip-hop was exploding in Philly, and Will saw his chance to be part of something bigger. The city's energy, the beats, the rhymes, it all pulled him in, fueling his dreams. He turned down college to chase a dream, betting everything on his talent, his drive, and that undeniable personality. It was a leap of faith, a decision that would change his life forever. It was a huge gamble, but Will believed in himself. He knew that sometimes you have to take risks to make your mark on the world. That decision set everything in motion. It was the spark that ignited a journey from local talent to global superstar. Will's story started with a risk, a kid from Philly choosing the stage over the classroom, determined to make his voice heard. It was the first big turning point. He was all in, ready to give everything for his dream, and the world was about to notice. Will Smith's journey was just beginning, and soon everyone would know his name. Will Smith was a bright kid with big dreams, but instead of following the traditional path to college, he made a bold decision. He dove headfirst into music. From a young age, Will was drawn to the energy and creativity of hip-hop, spending countless hours in makeshift studios, perfecting his rhymes and beats. Everything changed at a house party in 1985, when Will met DJ Jazzy Jeff. The two instantly clicked, their styles blending effortlessly. It was the start of a partnership that would soon take the music world by storm. Their chemistry was undeniable, fun, relatable, and refreshingly different from the hardcore rap dominating the scene. They brought a sense of humor and positivity that set them apart. As DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, they created hip-hop that everyone could enjoy, parents, kids, and everyone in between. Their music was catchy, their lyrics clever, and their performances electric. Their breakout hit, "Parents Just Don't Understand," became an anthem for a generation. It was so popular, it won the very first Grammy ever awarded for Best Rap Performance, making history and putting them on the map. They followed up with "Summertime," a laid-back, feel-good track that captured the essence of warm days and good vibes. Decades later, it's still a summer classic. With fame came fortune, and Will embraced the high life. Flashy outfits, luxury cars, and parties with friends. He was living every young artist's dream, seemingly on top of the world. But success came fast, and so did the spending. Will, still just a young man, ignored the practical side of fame, like paying taxes. The IRS soon came knocking, and reality hit hard. At just 21, Will found himself nearly bankrupt. His cars were repossessed, his property seized, and his income frozen. The dream he'd worked so hard for seemed to crash overnight. One moment, he was a Grammy-winning superstar. The next, he was broke, alone in an empty studio, wondering what went wrong. But Will wasn't ready to give up. Even in his darkest moments, he held on to hope and determination, refusing to let failure define him. Instead, he saw this setback as a setup for something greater. He started planning his comeback, determined to turn things around. Sometimes, you have to hit rock bottom before you can truly rise. For Will, this was a turning point, a chance to reinvent himself and chase new opportunities. Then, just when things seemed bleakest, a phone call came that would change his life forever. Will was about to get a second chance. With renewed energy and a fresh perspective, Will was ready to seize the moment. This time, he wouldn't let it slip away. The Fresh Prince was about to move to Bel-Air, and nothing would ever be the same. Stay tuned for the next chapter in Will Smith's incredible journey. In the late 1980s, Will Smith was a household name in hip-hop, but behind the scenes, he was struggling. Despite his fame as the Fresh Prince, Will found himself broke, facing mounting debts and the threat of losing everything. Just when it seemed like his career might stall out, a lifeline appeared in the form of music executive Benny Medina. Benny saw something special in Will, a spark, a charisma that could light up more than just the music charts. Inspired by his own experiences growing up, Benny pitched a sitcom idea to TV producers, a story about a streetwise kid from Philly who moves in with his wealthy relatives in Bel-Air. The concept was fresh, funny, and had heart. But there was one thing missing: the perfect lead. Enter Quincy Jones, the legendary producer. Quincy invited Will to a party at his house, but it was no ordinary gathering. It was a last-minute audition in front of TV executives. With barely any time to prepare, Will delivered a performance that blew everyone away. His natural charm and comedic instincts were undeniable. The NBC executives were so impressed, they greenlit the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on the spot. Suddenly, Will had a second chance, not just in music, but in television. The show premiered in 1990, and almost overnight, it became a sensation. Audiences across America tuned in to watch this new kind of sitcom, one that mixed comedy, music, and real-life issues. Will played a version of himself, a street-smart kid from Philadelphia navigating the world of Bel-Air's elite. His authenticity made the character instantly relatable and lovable. His quick wit, infectious energy, and comedic timing became the heartbeat of the show. Will's chemistry with the cast, both on and off screen, made every episode memorable. And then there was the theme song, written and performed by Will himself. It wasn't just catchy, it became an anthem for a generation, instantly recognizable from the very first note. But The Fresh Prince wasn't just about laughs. The show tackled tough topics: racism, class differences, family struggles, and personal responsibility. It wasn't afraid to get real. Episodes addressed issues like racial profiling, absentee fathers, and the challenges of growing up. The show sparked conversations in living rooms across the country. One unforgettable moment, Will's emotional scene with Uncle Phil, proved that Will wasn't just a funny guy. He had real acting chops, capable of moving audiences to tears. For 6 seasons, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air dominated the ratings, becoming a must-watch show and a staple of 90s pop culture. The show didn't just save Will from financial ruin, it launched him into superstardom, making him a global icon and opening doors he never imagined. The Fresh Prince became more than a TV show. It became a cultural touchstone, referenced in music, fashion, and everyday conversation. With the show's success, Will's second act was just beginning. Hollywood took notice and new opportunities started pouring in. No longer just a rapper, Will Smith became a household name, gracing magazine covers and winning over fans worldwide. Decades later, people everywhere still sing the Fresh Prince theme song. Will's story inspired millions, and his journey was far from over. With Hollywood calling, Will Smith was ready for the next level. The Fresh Prince was just the beginning. His star was only rising. While still on TV, Will sets his sights on movies. Bad Boys 1995 proves he's a box office draw. Independence Day 1996 cements him as Mr. 4th of July. Men in Black 1997 launches another franchise. He even tops the charts with the theme song. Will's hot streak continues. Enemy of the State, Hitch, I, Robot, I Am Legend. He's not just an action star. He earns Oscar nods for Ally and The Pursuit of Happiness. Will studies the box office, engineers his success, and reinvents himself with every role. He's a blockbuster hero and a serious actor. From sitcom to superstar, he's mastered every level. Will Smith didn't just get lucky, he worked for it. He's Hollywood's king, and he's not slowing down. The legend grows. As Will's career soars, his family becomes part of the spotlight. He marries Jada Pinkett in 1997. They're a power couple, open about their lives and challenges. Their kids, Jaden and Willow, step into the limelight. Acting, music, and more. Will's older son, Trey, is part of the family too. The Smiths become a creative dynasty, each forging their own path. Their parenting style, open, expressive, sometimes controversial, sparks conversation. Social media and red table talk give fans a window into their world. Will's a cool dad, sharing laughs and wisdom online. The family's fame becomes its own brand. Will's not just a star, he's the head of a modern dynasty. The Smiths redefine what it means to be a Hollywood family, and the world can't look away. Will's life isn't all wins. After Earth flops in 2013, his biggest failure, and it stings, he faces backlash for pushing Jaden into the spotlight. His marriage with Jada is under constant scrutiny. They address rumors head-on Red Table Talk, discussing Jada's entanglement. The honesty shocks fans and spawns endless memes. Then, the 2022 Oscars. Will slaps Chris Rock on live TV after a joke about Jada. The world is stunned. Will wins Best Actor minutes later, but the moment overshadows everything. He's banned from the Oscars for 10 years, projects stall, and he issues public apologies. The Fresh Prince falls from grace. It's the biggest crisis of his career. Will retreats, forced to reckon with his actions. The future is uncertain, but his story isn't over. Despite setbacks, Will Smith's impact is undeniable. The Fresh Prince broke barriers, bringing a black family into homes worldwide and tackling real issues with humor. As a movie star, he shattered the myth that black leads couldn't sell globally. His music made hip-hop accessible to all. He merged rap and acting, creating a blueprint for others. Will's social media reinvention connects him with new generations. After the Oscar scandal, he steps back, then returns. Bad Boys, Ride or Die is a hit. He's producing, acting, and evolving. Will's no longer flawless. He's human, complex, and still influential. His story keeps evolving. The world is still watching. Will Smith's story is about reinvention and resilience. He's been a rapper, TV icon, movie star, dramatic actor, social media guru, and family man. He's faced failure, scandal, and comeback. His journey proves success isn't a straight line. It's about how you rise after the fall. Will's legacy is joy, inspiration, and relentless optimism. He's still writing his story, and we're all watching. What's next for Big Willie? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. The Fresh Prince's next chapter is just beginning.